Namaste. Welcome in this practice. My name is Maria, and today I will guide you through a gentle somatic movement practice. So we'll be moving pretty slowly with more awareness of movement, releasing tension from the body, releasing all that stress or any heaviness, and opening up for some new and fresh energy, opening up for something new. And if this is first time you hear about somatic practice or somatic movements, soma from Greek simply means body. So when we talk about somatic movement, it's all about connecting to your body from within. So we are not really looking around, we are not comparing ourselves to others. If you are practicing in a studio, we are going more inwards. This is more inward journey. So that's why a lot of movements are also more fluid. There is not requirements about how this shape should exactly look like, but it's more about how does it feel good in your body. How can you adjust to feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit deeper. So yeah, we are connecting to different sensations, we are exploring the movement, we are free in this movement, and we'll add as well some more restorative postures. So that's why we've got some pillows here. You can prepare some pillows, whatever you need to keep you more restful through this practice. Maybe a block, maybe a nice bolster. If you don't have a bolster, a pillow would be great. And remember to just listen to your body, do whatever feels good for you. This is your practice. And open up, just open up to listen, open up to observe. Lovely. We're going to start lying down with your knees bent. And right here we can already use a pillow for underneath the sacrum. So slowly move yourself down, lifting your hips off the mat and placing a little pillow or a blanket if you want underneath your lower back, your glutes, your sacrum here. Just a gentle support. And just stay here for a few deep breaths, arriving onto your mat. Start connecting inwards, feeling that breath as it's flowing through you in and out. Feel the support of the earth underneath you. This is your safe space. As you exhale, connecting more to the earth and gently pressing your back down to the earth. As you inhale, fill yourself up with more peace. Simply start creating more space for this practice, for breath, for presence. Let's set the intention for this practice. What do you want to connect with? What do you wish to release? Maybe inviting that energy of spring, growing something fresh, creating something new, blooming from the inside. Let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale. Relax, let go. Inhale. Exhale. One more time like this. Lovely, let go of this breath. Bring your hands alongside your body if they weren't there. And then on the inhale, we start slowly lifting up the hips off the mat, engaging. Release the pillow or if you had anything underneath your back, and then bring it down. Bring your whole back down now. Just take a few seconds to notice how that feels. And use your lower belly muscles to press your belly button to the spine. So there's more engagement created here and you're sticking your back to the mat. Okay, we're going to start with a few very soft movements, really nice for the pelvis, but they're actually not much visible. So on the inhale, it's like you're trying to arch your back so your hand can go underneath your lower back. So there's a space there. And on the exhale, you are pressing your back to the mat, curling your tailbone in, engaging. Let's do it a few times. Inhale. Here, arch the back, hips go more down, and then exhale as you press, and hips going up to the sky. And keep going like that. Feel free to close your eyes on these movements that we do here, and later on, it's really all about connecting to those inner sensations. Doesn't matter how you look like, it's really about how it feels like. Slowly come back to the center. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Now we start moving side to side, but still focusing on the space of the hips, of the pelvis, and the knees are just naturally dropping down. So you can keep the knees together if you want, but maybe it will feel nicer to create more space if the knees are separate, and then you drop each knee down to the earth. And of course, adding your breath. On the exhale, when they drop down, you can also twist with the head to the left, so to the opposite direction, and then up on the inhale. Exhale, twist again. Keep your hands wherever you want. They can be on your belly, they can be alongside your body. And a few more breaths here, following your breath with the movement. Slowly opening one hip at a time. And the next time you land with your knees to the right and gently twist your neck and head to the left, stay there. Stay in that twist. 3 deep breaths. And then slowly go through the center. Drop the knees now to the left. Turn your head to the right. And pause for a little bit. And coming back up. Bring your knees up, feet off the mat, and give your ankles and your toes a little nice stretch. And then if you want, you can lift one and the other leg all the way up to the sky. It's normal to hear any clicking, any sensations, any sounds. It's normal here. Give your feet again this nice stretch. Very often we forget to stretch the feet. We forget to give some love to the feet, even though we're all day using them to stand up, to walk, to run. All right, and then slowly bend the knees again. And for now, keeping the knees closer to your chest, hands onto your knees or onto your shins. Give yourself that big hug and start moving side to side. So actually this movement has so many benefits for the physical body in the way of massaging the lower back, soothing lower back pain, creating a little bit more mobility in that part, stretching the glutes. And for the nervous system, it is also very soothing and calming. Simply this movement of hugging yourself is like you are letting yourself know that you are safe here. You give yourself that love. Slowly now, if you want, if your eyes were closed, you can open them. And we're going to move on to the side. So whichever side feels good. One arm is always on the bottom, the other is on top. So keep that hand placed down to the earth. And as you place this hand to the earth, now feel that power, feel that grounding sensation coming from the earth. Stability, that strength, and slowly lift yourself up here. Okay, lovely. Now, if you want, again, you can take the pillow, you can take the bolster to sit on it, and you can keep your big toes together and knees open. However, if this is uncomfortable for you, just sit on your glutes like that. Whichever version is okay, adjust the version to you always. And here, if you want, you can again sit on a bolster or a pillow to elevate the pelvis a little bit, make it a little bit more comfortable maybe. Keeping the hands on your hips, and we start with some nice circles. So we are connecting again to that pelvis, to the hips, and to the root. So this is also the space of the root chakra that is all about stability, safety, feeling safe where you are, grounded. And again here I invite you to close your eyes. Feel free to go a few times to one direction and a few times to the other. Just make sure you are not starting this movement from your head and just moving your upper body only. Okay, we want to focus first from the lower part here through the hips, and then of course the upper body can naturally follow around. Beautiful. Come back to the center. And now just a few rounds here of a seated cat and cow. When you roll your back to the back, chin to chest, looking down. And then when you inhale, elbows to the back, open the chest up to the sky. And again, feel free to close your eyes when you already know the movement. Close your eyes and feel it. Feel your spine here, rolling through the lower, middle, upper back and open. And then rolling through the lower, middle, upper back and close. Okay, 2 more times. And come back to center. Inhale, arms around, open wide. Exhale, extend your left arm all the way to the right. Inhale, open a little bit more. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, arms up. Go through the center, stretch to the other side. Inhale, open and lift. Exhale, stretch. Let's do this movement one more time now with your eyes closed. Going to the side. Stretching that arm, but also lifting the chest up to the sky. So there is a gentle twist. Exhale, go a little bit lower. And inhale through the center. Change to the side. Exhale, release. Open, reach. And lifting up. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to stretch these legs a little bit. So going on your hands and knees. Lifting your feet off the mat. Giving them a nice stretch again to those toes and the ankles. And as we are here, let's start again moving the hips in a circular motion, and then you can make this movement a little bit wider and longer. So adding your upper body as well, and maybe even stretching your legs a little bit when you go forward, and then bending when you go towards the back. So again, it's normal to hear any joints that are clicking. Any sounds of the body here are very welcome. Just give yourself that freedom to explore. Let's stay here for a few breaths, for a few movements. As you already know, you can close your eyes. And feel free to do a few times to one direction and then to the other. And then you can change again, whatever feels good here. You also don't only have to move in a circular way, you can add some swinging side to side, exploring here. All right, inhale deeply and exhale as you come back to the center. Tuck your toes and let's fully now stretch these legs, the back of the legs, in downward dog. So lifting the hips high and slowly bending one knee at a time, feeling those sensations in your calves and the hamstrings. And really press through your hands, press through your toes. And one more deep breath here. And exhale out, going down on the knees. And now we start lifting up. Okay, so let's just open up here through the chest and through the heart space. Inhale, keeping your hands on the lower back, supporting, and the elbows to the back. Make sure your shoulders are away from the ears. And very slowly, slowly start opening up, looking up or maybe even towards the back. We're going to add some nice flow movement here. So on the exhale, we're going to roll down onto the forehead and hands to the back. On the inhale, we lift up and the arms go up like a beautiful blooming flower for the spring. And then we go down again, release on the exhale like a seed. And then growing and blooming all the way up. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 2 more. And on the last exhale, just roll yourself and stay here. And we're just going to very slightly move the hips side to side. So again, this might be not very visible movement, but it's really nice for the hips. Just slowly move the weight from right to left. Exploring again. And then your forehead, move it side to side. Massaging the forehead. And then slowly we're gonna start lifting up. Roll the shoulders to the back. Okay, let's move now to this one pose or a pigeon pose. Really nice as well for the hips, for different sensations in the glutes. So now I also invite you to take a pillow. This will increase some stretching sensation, but also will make this posture more supportive. And now we want to keep the pillow. So we take the big step forward to a low lunge, walk the foot to the left side. So right leg, right knee goes front, and then right glute is sitting here on the pillow. And of course, the right foot can be a little bit closer to you, doesn't have to be fully open. And you can take another pillow or a bolster now to support it, to support yourself here when you go down. And we are slowly landing down. You can keep your hands onto the mat. Stay here and explore. Remember, left leg is all the way in the back. And maybe first, before you go fully down, start moving a little bit side to side. Again, moving that weight of your body side to side. Remembering to keep the left hip facing down. And this should feel interesting. Very often we say in yoga that the hips are connected to emotions, because the hip flexor that is in the hips is connected to the adrenal glands, and we store lots of past tension and stress in adrenal glands. We store a lot of trauma that wasn't processed, so sometimes in the hips we feel that as well. All right, really nice. Now you can keep doing this if you want to, or you can go lower and release onto your forearms. And you can stay in total stillness or in gentle movement. Whatever feels better, just allow yourself for these few deep breaths here. More and more space. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, slowly lifting up. Hands on both sides and press your fingertips to the earth. Inhale to open up. Bring that right foot closer to you. And then lift up to a downward dog just for a few seconds, just to stretch those legs in between. And lower down onto the other side. So now the pillow is more to the left and it's a big step. Take a big step forward. Left leg is in front now. Okay, lowering the hips. Inhale. And then walking this foot to the right side. Letting it slowly walk and then dropping your left glute onto the pillow. Adjusting your right leg, adjusting your left foot. You can start with the foot a little bit closer and then maybe you can go a little bit higher to increase that sensation, that stretch. Okay, and again first, let's just stay here and explore this movement a little bit with moving side to side. So exploring now that left glute, that stretch. Try maybe go more to the right, more to the left. Maybe some twist. I really love the practice of yoga that allows us for that freedom. And we are creating it. Because there are practices that are more rigid, where you have to move from one posture to another. It's very strict and it's great for discipline as well. But then we also have more gentle yin yoga, somatic yoga, restorative, when we allow for more freedom movement, for actually exploring the body. What does it need today? And then if you want, you can stay here in stillness or with slow movement, or go lower onto your forearms. Adjust yourself here and just breathe. Okay, let's take 3 more deep breaths here. And then slowly lifting up. Again, press your fingertips onto the mat. Lengthen through your spine. Open up here through your chest, through your shoulders. And then place the hands down. Bring that foot closer. Press through the toes. And lift back up to downward dog. One more time to stretch. to feel, to enjoy. And then from here, bend your knees and walk slowly to the front of your mat. Inhale, just lift halfway. Exhale, lower down. Keep the knees slightly bent, or you can keep the feet even a little bit wider than your hips and start moving side to side. So this is another lovely sensation and very soothing for the nervous system. As you move, as you release that tension, as you let go of that stress, giving it down to the earth. Always moving with freedom. Staying here for one more breath. And then on the exhale, start bending your knees. And we're going to move on to the back. So going back on the back. Lower yourself down and bring the knees back together. Giving yourself some love and appreciation. And then keeping the hands on your knees. Let's do a few big circles with the knees outwards and then back in. Keep the core slightly engaged here so the upper body is not moving. And then change direction. Enjoy these soft and fluid movements. They're so good for your body. And now, just a one funny posture. We normally do happy baby in the end, so feel free to go to that happy baby just for a few seconds first to slowly open the hips again and keep the toes flexed. And there's the other version that is called Angry Baby, where we just release all that stiffness and tension from the whole body, from the legs, from the feet, from your arms, from your hands. So all the anger or any emotions, just kick it like to the earth. Have fun with it. Yoga is not all strict and serious. You can also play, you can also explore. And then slowly start coming back to more stillness. Whatever movement you want to do now that feels good to you, feel free to do that. And otherwise, stay here or start extending the legs. You can keep the knees on top of a pillow or bolster, which is very supportive again for the lower back. And stay here just for the last few breaths. Exhale for longer and inhale for deeper. Exhale. Let go. Inhale. Open. Feel that space that you have created. Exhale. Inhale that fresh new energy, inspiration. One more time here, totally release all the bullseye out. And inhale, you are fresh. You are awake and aware. Keep resting your arms alongside your body. After all these different movements, maybe some movements have been more intense, some of them more slight, more gentle. Just observe, be aware how you feel now. Arriving back to stillness, back to total presence. Connecting back with your awareness, with your soul. And I invite you to stay here for a little bit longer, just by yourself, in silence. Or if you want to slowly start getting up, just remember to very gently, very slowly start moving, and then turn yourself on to one side. Whether you're staying now in Shavasana or slowly getting back to your day, thank you so much for joining today, for sharing this practice with me. I hope you feel a little bit more relaxed, with a little bit more space in your body, and that you enjoyed all these different movements, and that you can come back soon. I share different practices here of yoga, meditation, talks about how to bring yoga to your daily life as well, and how to live with less stress and more peace. Thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of your day.